welcome to the Pickford Classic Movie. My name is Kaveh Asghari. I teach film history at Western Washington University.
And I'm Michael Falter, Program Director at Pickford Film Center, and today's classic is Meet John Doe from 1941. And this is a Frank Capra classic, part of his sort of Common Man series. Frank Capra is a giant in the industry, in Hollywood industry. He essentially took Columbia Studios, which was a B studio. They made a lot of genre fare. And starting with It Happened One Night in 1934, which was just a huge hit, and it really kind of started the screwball comedy tradition, or at least it was, the first giant popular shot, and really brought a studio into major league status. So on that score, Frank Capra is very important. And prior to It Happened One Night, he had done a lot of solid work. He was an Italian immigrant. Had worked with Barbara Stanwyck, I think 3 times prior to this, maybe even 4 times prior to this film. And then after, I would say, actually Meet John Doe in 1941 really ultimately kind of spells sort of the beginning of the end of his career as a popular filmmaker. A lot of people would probably remember It's a Wonderful Life, but that was actually a dismal failure at the box office. And so we're really kind of seeing in Meet John Doe the last of Frank Capra as a really popular filmmaker.
Yeah, he takes an interesting turn in the late 30s and early 40s. He's riding on this huge wave of success from It Happened One Night, and his films get really sort of political in these kind of bizarre ways. I mean, he made the famous war documentary sort of propaganda series, Why We Fight, and this film is made right before the Why We Fight series, and it has all of these political elements, related to sort of the media environment of the Second World War built into it, and it's a sort of everyman character, taking on political corruption and the machine and fascist organizations as well.
Absolutely, and Why We Fight is sort of the documentary montage version of this trilogy of films, which starts with Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, another film with Gary Cooper, and then now we have Meet John Doe. So look out for Gary Cooper as the everyman, and we'll be back to talk about Barbara Stanwyck and Gary Cooper in the next segment. Enjoy.